welcome to the garden. Today I'm going to share with you an intimate way to wash your lettuce that can actually save a lot of water. I'm going to be using 3 containers: a basket to collect the lettuce, a bowl of water to rinse, and then a large container to store it in the fridge. This is probably our last chance to harvest before it bolts, so I'm just going to pull these out and plant new lettuce. There's some good looking leaves too. They're nice and tender. I love how they're just brushed with that red color. So I think we've got enough for now. You can see this is way too much to just rinse in the sink. The water just will not rinse off the leaves properly. But there can be dirt, bugs, sand. You really don't want that. So you've got to rinse each leaf individually. And my favorite way to do that is with a water bath. You can submerge entire clusters of a plant like this and just lightly agitate the leaves. I'll shake off any excess water. We can do individual leaves. I like to do 2 at a time, 1 in each hand. And this really saves a lot of water when you're doing a lot of leaves. If you're doing this in the sink, you'll notice you have to run it for a long time. Professional growers use a similar process, but they have bubblers and agitators and all sorts of cool little tricks. I like to remove these quickly and just pull up. So if you just lift your leaf out flat, it can actually pick up whatever's floating on the surface. But if we remove it stem first and vertically, then it has much less material. Water's getting kind of dirty, so I'm going to replace it right now. There's all that cottonwood fluff, a little bit of dirt, little bits of broken leaves, all sorts of weird stuff. It's okay to rinse multiple leaves at a time, but you want to remove them singularly. If they're together, they can sandwich all sorts of stuff in between them. And it can be a little bit of work, but I think it's worth it for the quality of the lettuce. This is all homegrown, organic. I mean, you can't even buy this at the store. This bin is actually filling up really quickly. So I think this is where I'm going to stop today. So once we've got all of our lettuce, I do like to check if there's extra water in the bottom. You can see a little bit there, so we can just place our hand over the whole bunch. It'll kind of keep itself solid, and then dump out the excess. There's usually not much if you've shaken off your leaves. But now these are ready to seal up and place in the fridge. These can last for weeks. They get nice and crisp, so we want to harvest these early in the morning when it's still cool, and they'll crisp up really well in the fridge. And this is some beautiful lettuce. So this should last at least a couple weeks. This is also a great way to harvest spinach and really any other greens. So I hope you give this a grow in your garden. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.